I want you to think, and I want you to think. Take emotions out of everything and think. Black people are the first people on earth. That's scientifically proven. We are from the world. Everywhere in the world there are black people. Black people are the first inventors. So, if we giving credit to white people who we have already said did not bathe themselves, we had to teach them things. We showed them things. They came out of the Caucasus Mountains or wherever, and then they had to learn from us. So, to say that, I'm going to say this. Africa did not sell us. They did not ship us out of Africa and put us in places we were already at. Africa sold us out to white people. Think about it. France didn't take the Africans out of Africa and take them to France. They colonized Africa. British colonized Africa. The only place that the white people in America owned in Africa was like Liberia or something. We were not sold. We were sold out. Remember, Christopher Columbus never discovered America. He was lost at sea. We found this out. So how did white people get to America? Africans showed them. See, before white people, let's look before white people colonized everything. White people had to be taught. They had to be taught how to get. We had our own system of trading. It was not the transatlantic slave trade. We keep giving white people credit for something that we already had. It was our trading system. Christopher Columbus could not navigate the seas. Remember, this is a people who we were taught in school that they were scared to leave off of their land because they thought that the earth was flat and that they were going to fall off. So now all of a sudden they're the greatest thinkers in history, that they went to land, gathered the strongest people who did not fight against them, put them on a boat to take them to a place where they had not been, to have them harvest crops that they knew nothing about. It's time for us to put our thinking caps on. Africa, our cousins who knew the lands, sold us out to white people. They brung them over here. That's why you got Plymouth Rock. That's why Malcolm X said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Think about it. If you listen to the story of what happened, the Indians, which were us, did not let them on the land. It was war. It was treaties. They were first out in the waters. They were dying. White people were dying on boats. They came on boats. We were already here. The dark-skinned Indians, even Trump, everybody said the pictures are there. But somehow, because they have mixed our minds up, they put these pictures and these images of these white-looking people and say they are the Indians when the history shows it wasn't. We don't want to learn and read, and we don't want to use our common sense. We were sold out by Africans, not all of them, by them. The Berlin Conference went in all the white countries that were leaders. They took over Africa. There was no need to ship people nowhere. They want Africa for what Africa had in the land. And they wanted this land for what we had over here. Once they got over here, I believe our brothers and sisters, what Africa is guilty of is helping the colonizers. Then they took over, because you cannot have me harvest and pick a crop you know nothing about. That'd be like me deciding I'm going to put somebody in slavery and make them make money for me and take them to Africa when I've never been to Africa. I don't know the byways and highways of Africa. I don't know what everything that Africa had. So the slavery of them bringing us here to take over makes no sense. We were already here doing our farming our own lands, doing our own crops. They just took over. That's why we are people of war. This is why everybody is mad that FBA's the foundational Black Americans here are taking control of our lineage and our history. Nobody in the world wants that, because this is the money-making area. And if we claim our land, we own every business that's sitting on this land. This is what no one wants us to gain power, because if we gain power, the world can't use us anymore. This is the heart of slavery. Africa has the resources, but America has the workers. We are the heart of slavery while everyone else is benefiting. And Africa needs to stand up and speak the truth and stop making money off of us. Africa, until they were told that they sold us in slavery, no one knew nothing about this. Then all of a sudden they come up with a church on the edge of a water and said, this is where they brought the slaves out of that whole continent. If we came from Africa, then that means we only came from one place in Africa. Because ain't no way they traveled through the whole continent of Africa and brought black people to one place. All the stories don't make sense. It's time to ask questions and stop with the BS. FBA is a lineage, meaning it connects, the word FBA connects black people who were here in America, who built the foundation of America. That's all it is. Giving us credit for what our ancestors have done, which is our grandparents, our great-grandparents. Nobody should be mad with us claiming what we built. We can't go to Jamaica and claim what they built in Jamaica. We can't go to Africa and claim what they built. Stop being mad at us for finding out the truth.